This is the Hard Mark Podcast, starring Eric Donaldson and Ryan Murphy. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Hard Mark Podcast. Very, very appreciative of you and your time. We're very excited to bring you some hot audio cream via your ear holes. Ryan Murphy, how are you doing today?
Very well.
Good. Bringing the passion, bringing the excitement. I feel like we're rushed. We shouldn't be rushed.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. I hit traffic on the way here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sweaty.
Yeah, no, you look sweaty.
I want to take a quick side note from what this actually is about. First, actually, before I get that out of the way, because I forgot about this during the second episode until the very end, we are on Twitter. We are on Facebook. Who knows? Perhaps we'll be on other platforms in the near future. You can never tell with these bidding wars for various podcasts, but we're on all those channels. Hard Mark Podcast. Give us a like. Give us a follow. Give us your friendship. Give us your time. Before we get into our subject for today, I just wanted to say, so when I woke up this morning, I was very, very excited to record this. I know that we've had some scheduling snafus that is not going to be readily apparent to anyone listening to this because it's all,
No one's fault.
No one's fault.
No one's fault.
Uh-huh. And so, but that notwithstanding, I've been very excited to record this. So when I woke up, I put on a wrestling shirt because that's what I usually do for these episodes. As the day progressed, I was like, kind of want to work out. So I worked out. Got a little sweaty. Can't wear this shirt anymore. Took a shower, changed into a different wrestling shirt. A little bit more time progresses, and then I'm like, there's some stuff I should do out in the yard. I intended to do a maintenance mow. And what I mean by that is just isolate the goddamn dandelions, take those out, and then be done with it.
Which for your electric lawnmower probably do a really good job.
It's battery. It's a battery-powered lawnmower here at Hedonism 4.
Yeah.
I did not realize how fucking many dandelions I had. It was insanity.
It's a great point.
Go on.
No. So, my lawn's not growing right now. There's very little growth, except for the fucking dandelions.
I'm in the same boat, brother.
The entire yard just covered. But, we had people over last night.
Uh-huh.
And I woke up at 6 because I haven't had a chance to mow the dandelions.
You intentionally woke up at 6 to mow the dandelions?
Yesterday, yes. To mow the lawn, but, just because of the dandelions.
Sure.
But what I realized is that while you can see them in the day, because they open up to take sunlight in, at night they close up. Did you know this? No, they close. You can't even see them at night. So it's like you don't even because my lawn's not growing right now. It's like there's nothing there.
Uh-huh.
So for the guests, they had no idea that I've let my lawn kind of go to shit recently.
Okay, but didn't you mow them at 6 a.m? So that by the time
I didn't. That was the plan, but I went back to bed. So
okay,
that was the original intent was to mow. I was tired. Should I do it? And
sure.
I didn't. I went back to sleep.
Okay, nice.
But no one was the wiser because these dandelions close back up at night. It's amazing.
That's right. Hard Mark listeners, if you're looking right now at your backyard and you're thinking, man, I'm going to have company over this evening. I need to make sure that my lawn is presentable. Maybe we'll play some jarts, which are a backyard game that was made illegal, I think, in the 80s. Whatever you were going to do, don't worry about it. They closed right up.
They closed right up. You would never know. It's pretty impressive, yeah.
Why are you not running a lawn maintenance podcast right now, Ryan Murphy?
I've seen my lawn.
I don't know what you're slumming it up with.
No, it's not slum. I love there's nothing more that I like than a fresh cut lawn. And I do, when springtime, it's my favorite thing.
Just so you know, I am literally going to isolate that one soundbite, and then that's just going to be your running theme. There's nothing I love more than a fresh cut lawn.
It's okay. It's true.
You're going full dad mode. I cannot wait.
You the smell and just the fresh cut look. Those lines that it's the best. Anyway,
you're welcome to come over to Hedonism 4.
I have a gas powered lawnmower, Eric.
What's that supposed to mean?
Does it die before you finish?
I have 2 batteries.
Does it do both die before you finish?
No, not unless I'm like really, really behind on my mowing.
I have a electric or battery powered weed whacker.
Okay.
2 batteries. I cannot. It's weed whacking. It's not mowing. You just do the edges. I cannot get it to finish the entire yard front and back. It's not that big of a yard.
I need to stop by Casa de Murphy because this doesn't sound like my situation. I can get a pretty decent amount out of my batteries. This must be riveting for people who fucking listen to lawn care fucking things. We'll talk more off air unless there's anything else that you. What's your one tip? No. We should put a bow on it. We shouldn't just abruptly end. What's your one lawn care tip for everyone who may be listening to the Hard Mark podcast for their wrestling and lawn care needs?
Don't have a pine tree in your front yard. Cut that shit down.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my only. Otherwise, my grass would be in pretty good shape.
I fucking hate holly. Can I just say? That's my last lawn thing is holly trees and like the leaves stab me in the hand all the time.
Yeah.
It's miserable.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of holly around.
Well, I can give you some if you need any. Welcome everybody. Thank you for sticking with us through our lawn care. But maybe that was helpful. I don't know. Maybe we'll have a weekly lawn care segment with Ryan if he can't think of a Ryan's Corner. Today, Ryan, I have a gift for you. A present, if you will.
Okay.
Today, we're going to be watching your favorite TNT wrestling.
Oh.
Not just that, a tag team match.
Oh, this is good stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I am excited.
Special for you. Yeah. I scoured the WWE network to find something. So I knew that I needed to find a tag team match because you've been clamoring for it since episode 1.
Right.
And it needed to be something that was aired on TNT because like you're oddly fixated on quote TNT
That's
wrestling.
what I was brought up on. TNT wrestling.
Your parents didn't even let you watch.
It's true. I had to sneak that in the back room.
But it was very surprising to me. Like that's what you sort of gravitated towards. Like I would have thought you were like, oh yeah, USA, blah blah blah. But you were like TBS, TNT, whatever. So I knew that I needed to find something. And as I scoured my memory banks, I could not think of one match that is notable. That's a tag team match that ever aired on Monday Nitro, ever, at any point. So I basically had to just like start going through different matches and be like, oh, this sucks, until I found one. I was like, okay, whatever, this worked.
That's fine, yeah.
So just to set the stage, and if there are any big time wrestling fans that are listening to us right now, I'm sure somebody's like, oh, well, what about Psychosis and Rey Mysterio versus Conan and La Parka? Like it's fine. I'm not saying that there weren't any good, but there's not prominent ones that spring to mind.
Right.
So with that said, the match that we'll be watching today has no notability to it. Like it's very much just a basic match, but hopefully
that's perfect. That's a TNT match right there. TNT, yeah, that's exactly.
You're not kidding. But hopefully the nostalgia, just the presentation and kind of the ballyhoo around it will spark some memories for you. So that's
good.
That's our hope. Now, one thing that we haven't had the opportunity, well, I mean, we're making our own opportunity. Maybe that's a bad choice of words. One thing that we haven't taken the time to explore yet is the name of the podcast.
Yeah, I still don't know why it's called the Hard Mark Podcast.
You don't? So let's talk about it. I feel like it's episode 3. People kind of get a sense of what you're about. Nothing you love more than a fresh cut lawn. They kind of get a sense of what I'm about. Nothing I love more than a good
wrestling shirt
or top rope stormbreaker.
There's momentum on that too. I love it a little bit as well now.
Good.
I talked to Greta about it. She's getting into it now. So
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, if you're welcome to borrow my New Japan World login. It's only $9 a month. So, hard mark.
Mm-hmm.
The origins of that term. So hard. Let's talk about what it means to be hard. What does it mean to be hard to you, Ryan?
They're all very good questions.
Tough. That's what it means to me.
Yeah, that's
tough, hard. We're a couple of hard boys watching some wrestling. Nobody messes with us because we're so hard.
Right.
I think we can agree on that.
Definitely.
So that part, we're hard. Mark, let's talk a little bit about the origins of professional wrestling. Do you know how professional wrestling started? Do you have any inkling of that at all? I will not think any less of you if you don't. Yeah.
I do, but I just for our audience.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. He's a 3 out of 10, ladies and gentlemen. He's very, very knowledgeable about the subject, but just for the sake of the audience. So, professional wrestling started as a carnival attraction. So
Shocking.
I know, right? In the late 1800s, when carnivals there was no TV, obviously there was no radio. There was just like whatever came to town, and then everybody was like, hey, what the fuck's going on today? And then they'd all gather around that thing. So carnivals were like a big attraction, and you had circuses and whatever. So wrestling was oftentimes one of the things that they would have in carnivals. And the whole like start of wrestling was it'd be a traveling group, and you'd have kind of one like bad guy, and he'd always go through his bad guy routine, call out the audience, the local townspeople, to like challenge him to a wrestling match. But there would be somebody that was a local townsperson who, guess what? They were not, in fact, a local townsperson. They were a plant.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They were with the carnival, and so then they would bring that person in, and he was kind of representing that town, and then they'd have like a fake wrestling match, even though it was, everyone thought it was for real,
Obviously.
And so the reason that mark comes into play, mark is a carnival term for somebody that you think you can make money off of. So the reason it's called mark is because they would actually take chalk and mark your jacket and then be like, hey, this person's got money. So it was a way of kind of denoting at carnivals, hey, this person has some money, they're paid, et cetera, et cetera. So that term has kind of carried with pro wrestling. So traditionally, if you're a fan of professional wrestling, for people that were inside of the business, you were referred to as a mark.
That's a pretty interesting recap of...
Thank you.
Wow.
So that's why we are the Hard Mark Podcast.
Very good.
There you go.
Very good.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Yeah.
Any questions around any?
No, that was very thorough, and I feel like I learned a lot. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Recently, Ryan, before we get into our wrestling, the actual wrestling portion of our thing here today, I came across an article, and I thought it would be good for the two of us to talk about this subject. It's very serious. This is not meant as a joke. We are...
I can't see this leading into some sort of joke.
A couple of hard boys.
Yeah.
I found an article that was 3 questions that best determine compatibility. So this was put out by some dating website. They're like, hey, if you want to just kind of cut to the chase, let's say you're using Tinder or Bumble or there's another one that I don't remember, but one of those apps where you can just kind of like ask questions to each other. Like, hey, what questions can you ask somebody that'll really get to the core of who that person is? So I wanted, if you're okay with this, to ask you some of those questions and see kind of how compatible you and I are as co-hosts of this podcast.
Good. No, it's not serious.
It's very serious. This may void the contract that you wrote. All right, first question. Are you ready? Do you like scary movies?
I used to. I like FearNet, the on-demand FearNets. They were no. Okay.
That's a deep cut. Okay, yes.
Yeah, they weren't like necessarily very good.
You liked schlocky B movies.
Yeah,
B horror movies, specifically.
Like really disgusting, like gory, like kind of fucked up movies. I did.
Okay.
Not as much anymore. I don't know.
Was there something?
It was taken off the air, so I haven't found it.
You're talking about the channel, or was that an on-demand thing?
It was an on-demand.
Okay, they'd always cycle through different movies.
You could just pick like The Dentist or The Dentist 2. Like those types of movies, yeah. Like that used to be something I enjoyed. I'm mostly very late night,
Okay.
Maybe slightly intoxicated.
Was that your favorite, The Dentist?
That's probably one of my favorite. Yeah. I don't remember like a lot of the plot of that movie, but I do know that it was like pretty disgusting.
Well, anything with like fucking drilling into teeth, which I imagine has been a staple of the Dentist series.
Right. And some people have fear of going to the dentist anyway. So like then you take that and what they're doing with your mouth in this movie. Pretty, yeah. So stuff like that I used to watch, but no, I'm not anymore.
Okay. So you would actually categorize yourself as not a fan of horror
today movies. Yeah. No, not really. Greta really likes them and she wants to like see them in theaters and I think they're all kind of the same.
So it's not even a matter that you get too scared or that it affects you in any way. You just like are bored by them.
Yeah, like especially like the ghost kind of movies. Like those have never really been.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, they don't really get to me that much.
Well, I have good news for you.
Okay,
we are compatible.
Are we?
I'm not a horror movie fan. I don't like jump scares at all. I don't like the feeling of being startled. That's not like pleasant for me. And oftentimes when I'm watching horror movies, I'm just like waiting for the wee thing to happen. I actually do have a horror movie ban in my household at the moment. My wife is not allowed to watch them because when she watches them, especially like she's actually already made the determination, okay, I cannot watch ghost movies anymore because like she'll have nightmares for like a week.
Yeah.
But I've just basically put a ban, no horror movies whatsoever, nothing scary.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Too many night terrors.
Yeah. No, I get that. Greta, I mean, she doesn't get, I don't think she gets night. I think she just enjoys them. So I don't have to put a ban on any of these movies, you know?
You gotta do what you gotta do. I get it.
But yeah, no, not a huge fan except for, I guess, The Dentist. I should watch that again.
Maybe you should rewatch it. You know what other movie I would recommend watching? Leprechaun in Space.
I feel like you talked about this before.
Have I?
I feel like it's come up.
It's very good.
Okay, yeah.
It's real good. It's classic.
Okay.
It's got boobies. It's got the leprechaun. It's got, what else has it got? It's got space. It's got everything. It's got everything you could ever want.
Yeah, somebody's got it all right in the title there too.
Second question: have you ever traveled alone in another country?
No, but I would love. I mean, not really. I've been out, like, we've been on cruises, and when I was 20, but it was with family, but I didn't go out with family. I went out with friends who I met on the cruise. I don't know if that's considered like as a day trip more so than actually like traveling. But it was pretty interesting at 20, like experiencing some of the stuff and like, you know, like a lot of drinking, like going out, like kind of mingling with people, just being like a little bit like hooligans, I guess. But it was a day trip. Like I said, it wasn't a big like.
I'm trying to imagine a scenario where you just fall in with cruise kids and are just like palling around with them during the day. And I can't picture that scenario.
It was a lot of fun. It was a very good time.
Are cruise people just more generally accepting of others, do you think? Is it easier to make friends on a cruise? Because I actually have a cruise story too.
So I've been on two. One when I was 13 and one when I was 20.
Yeah.
And both times I was with a group of people that I met on the ship. And it was, both times were great. Like I had a lot of fun on both of them. 20 obviously included a lot more drinking when I was 13.
Where was this cruise when you were 20?
We went to Belize, Guatemala, Mexico.
Okay, and the drinking age is lower there.
Yeah, because you're on international waters. Plus, when you get down to Mexico, you can drink.
What's the lowest drinking age in international waters?
18.
Who dictates that? Who dictates
I think the thing is, it's not dictated.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so it's like there's no one dictating the drinking age. That's what I believe.
So we just send 10-year-olds out to international waters and like they get super fucked up if they want it.
I don't think it's 10 though. I think it's 18.
Says who? Says the king of international waters. There's no governing body.
I could drink on the boats at 20. I think they have regulations as to who can drink.
The cruise ship. Okay.
Maybe it's where they're ported. I don't know. But yes, you could drink when you're 18. Plus, when you're in those other countries, obviously you could drink at a younger age.
But if a 10-year-old got in a dinghy with a fifth of Jack Daniels, we're just talking long.
International.
Yeah, international waters.
It's like very far out. But yes, I
mean, they're not under the jurisdiction of Carnival Cruises anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they can drink as much as I'm sure. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, they could take your raft.
Yeah.
Right? The raft that you have. Mm-hmm. Out into international waters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just trying to get a rise out of you. I'm hoping that you were going to correct me and say boat, but you didn't even do that.
Well, it is a rat. It's definitely not working right now. So
I didn't mean to kick you while you were down.
It's fine.
But so I guess to go back to the original, I think, intent of the question.
Yeah.
Sounds like you haven't, but you would.
I think traveling alone would be I do want to just a trip by myself in another country. I think that'd be fascinating to do. I'd also I very much enjoyed traveling with Greta to Budapest. I mean, that was kind of my first international, and that was a great spot. It was a lot of fun. But I think once in my life, it would be good to do a solo trip somewhere.
I have unintentionally been on an international trip by myself. So I went to Mexico on a cruise.
Oh, yeah.
I was originally supposed to go with a girl I was dating at the time. We broke up 2 weeks prior to the cruise. I, being Scottish, was like, no, I paid for the cruise. I'm going on the cruise. She opted out, which was her right.
Did you take anybody with you?
So I tried finding people, but it was too soon. There was one of my friends who may be listening to this right now, we laughed about this story after the fact. I approached him. He thought I was recruiting him to come with me and the girlfriend at the time. So he was like, no, I don't think so. It's a couples thing, man. And he didn't realize that oh no, you're replacing her. So yeah. But I fell in with a very friendly Mexican family. They brought me in as their own. And it was overall just a good old-fashioned all-American time.
How long were you there?
A week.
In Mexico?
On a ship, yeah.
But you're moving,
yeah, it started in, Cabo, then it's Puerto Vallarta, and then I think there
was the family on the ship?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they were a ship family. So it's not like I met them, so it was weird. The very first night on the ship, I fell in with a group of Minnesotans. Which,
people.
If you know me, I tend, despite this very rambunctious rapscallion that you're listening to right now, I tend to keep them to myself. I'm a little bit more introverted. If I don't know people, I don't generally go out of my way to introduce myself or anything. So me falling in with this group of hard drinking Minnesotans was odd. Then literally we didn't interact for the remainder of the cruise. And then a couple days later, I fell in with a Mexican family. There was a girl that had heard me telling my sob story to a different girl that I was trying to pick up on the ship. And she saw, which worked great.
Yeah.
And then she saw me. It's ridiculous. So this girl who overheard me telling this story to a different girl saw me sitting by myself watching the stand-up comedian on the cruise ship and approached me hey, I heard you telling your story, blah, 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 blah. And then they were my family for the remainder of the trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Third and final question.
Well, I feel like
that
makes us pretty on a cruise ship.
Yeah. Couple of cruising. Last thing about cruises that I want to just mention here real quick. I've been pitching this to a friend of mine who's not going to use the idea. It burns me up. It tears me apart every single day. Somebody, even if it's not necessarily you, but somebody within the sound of my voice, please do a cruise ship bachelor party and invite me. That's all that I want. That's the only thing that I have left to achieve in this life. Please invite me to your cruise ship bachelor party.
Just because you like cruise ships, or is there some other...
I just feel like it'd be the perfect bachelor party environment.
I kind of... That's actually a pretty decent idea.
Right? There's hot tubs. There's drinking. If you're doing it right, then it's paid. Well, I guess alcohol usually is...
You pay for alcohol, but you get free dinner,
yeah.
Free for your food,
Everybody's centrally located because it's a fucking boat.
And it's what do you do, 7 days, I believe? Yeah.
Sure, 7 days. You can do shorter. You can do 4 days too.
I think, while we're on the topic, I think cruise ships are highly underrated. I think people are I don't like the idea of being contained on a ship for 7 days. Both those times were some of the best vacations I've ever taken. Just being a great experience. Yeah.
The boat itself is a hell of a time.
It is. And then you get off for a little bit and,
yeah.
And then you get back on. And
buffets. Everybody loves buffets.
God, the food is good.
Food's good. Yeah. Entertainment's good.
The entertainment is good. The entertainment's very good.
Maybe we get a cruise as a sponsor.
Yeah. No, good idea.
Yeah. So I think that we're 2 for 2 on our compatibility so far. So I think that the third and final question. So this is something that you throw out as sort of just okay, let's see if we're in the same sort of mindset type of deal. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it be fun to just chuck it all and live in a sailboat?
I don't know if I'm much of like a sailor. I've always thought that would be kind of a nuisance to be on a boat and have to sail it. I love boats, but like a sailboat, I just don't know. Like, are we talking like sailing around the world or something? Or?
You can say what I think that the premise of the question is like, just sell all of your worldly possessions, buy a boat, and just sail around the world.
I don't know if I would.
I absolutely wouldn't. That's fucking stupid. That's bullshit. I like playing video games. I like eating cookies. How can I fucking watch wrestling on a goddamn boat?
I kind of agree. Like, I think the idea of it is something that people get all riled up about. Like, oh, like let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
we could sail. But
it was like, a cruise ship. Then we're talking. I'm not just gonna go in a fucking dinghy.
And I love boating. I love being on the water. I really do. I want a boat. I just don't think I'd ever pick up and sail like around and like leave my possessions behind. I don't see myself, especially on a sailboat.
Yeah, I love my possessions too much.
Now maybe a larger cruise ship type of boat. Yeah. Like you said, not a little sailboat.
I mean, if Princess is offering, then sure, yeah, I'll hook up and, hook me up with a nice suite.
They have like retirement, like maybe like not communities, but they have like, you can maybe months at a time you're on this boat.
There's like perma cruisers, more or less.
Yeah.
Like maybe not like all the time, but like a significant chunk of the year that I've heard of and seen.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think that we're perfectly compatible. I couldn't be more pleased with how that went. I think that this podcast is really going to go places due to our compatibility.
Now.
So I guess, is there anything for this week's... Wait for it. Ryan Corner! That you have prepared for us.
I thought I told you earlier.
Oh, well, tell it on air. Say what the answer is.
I didn't come as prepared as I thought I was going to come today. And I think I hyped everyone up last time.
No, okay. So it's not like you had like 3 weeks to think about it or anything. So, that's totally reasonable.
I've been dealing with,
illness.
I think it was a little over dramatized, but
you made it sound like it was very serious. So you didn't want to get me sick.
Yeah, I was looking out for you.
Thank you. Yeah.
You also downplayed it the entire time.
Who, me?
I'm pretty sure you made fun of it several times.
I made quips.
You made...
but I was also very accommodating. I wasn't like pressuring you like you still need to come over. I was very gracious about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Do you mean that? Say it.
So, do I mean it sincerely?
Say it right now into the microphone. Say how accommodating
I don't know if accommodating is the right word.
What would be the word that you would say?
Well, I think you made fun of the whole thing for like a week until like even yesterday.
Say what you're trying to say, Ryan.
How's your smoker's lung? I don't even really smoke. And that's not, I told you this was not like.
You bailed on me last minute. I was like, that's fine. You're sick. Be better.
It was not last minute. Okay. It was the
day before.
It was the same day. I gave you several hours, Eric.
Jeez, that's not literally last minute, but that's basically last minute.
I feel like I gave you plenty of time.
Gee, well, okay, that's how this thing goes. I'm starting to worry about our compatibility now. Well, fine. Then I'm going to take, even though we are, whatever. Quick subject before we go to our commercial break. Since you're not taking advantage of your Ryan's Corner opportunity, then as noted last time, because I am a man of my word, I'm taking this opportunity to talk about something I want to talk about.
Good.
Let's talk about fucking Rat Kings. You know what a Rat King is?
No.
A Rat King is when a bunch of rats all get tangled up in feces and filth and their tails become entwined. And then it's when a large group, I don't think there's a specific number, but let's just say like 5 or more rats become entangled and are like stuck together. That's a Rat King.
I don't want that.
That's real.
Yeah.
There's a Wikipedia article. You can look it up about Rat Kings.
So I used to have a pet like rat.
Fucking course you did. Jesus Christ.
Okay, they are the best little pets. When you're like, I have like first grade and like 5th grade, I had a little pet rat. They are, I don't think like they have the best little like personalities, but they die very quickly.
What's their lifespan?
Like maybe 2 years.
Okay.
2 to 3. Yeah, they don't live very long. But like as little like pets, they're great, and people don't give them enough credit. Like people think of rats and like like a rat king that be covered in feces.
Yeah, when I think of rats, I think of Rat King.
Yeah, I know you do.
The king of rats, covered in feces and matted together.
I just don't like that whole idea. Like, I go, oh yeah.
I mean,
and believe me, Eric, I fucking hate rats. Like, there's been points where I've had to do a lot of work on our house on the outside, covering little areas so they can't get in.
Right.
And it's disgusting. And we've had people come in, people who are, I hate them. But as little pets, as little clean pets, they're pretty sweet little animals.
What other animals do you categorize in this? So you're saying like, oh no, they're the best of the little pets. Like, they're not better than dogs. I'm telling you that right now. Dogs are better than rats.
You don't even have a dog.
I know. I don't. I'm not saying. I also don't have a rat or a rat king.
I offered you a cat and you said no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, I feel like you'd be like, it's not a dog.
I would. I would do that.
But you don't even have a dog. You should.
If I was to get an animal, I would get a dog.
Yeah, but I thought the same thing before I got cats.
I don't want cats. I'm allergic to cats. They spray. Like, I've met cool cats.
Yeah.
Which is I instantly hated myself after saying that. But I've met cats that I didn't hate.
Yeah.
But by and large, I really am not a fan of cats.
Yeah, but I think you have to live with them for a little bit. Because I wasn't either. I thought they were like, they didn't give a shit about anybody. They just took care of them. But they do that. Yes, they kind of don't give a shit about anybody. But they're still like, they kind of cater to you. They're your animal. Like, I wanted to give you this stray cat who shit standing up, and you
really
said no.
Stop harping on about this goddamn cat.
You literally cornered on a skateboard.
You cornered my wife after I clearly said no, and you were like, "Hey, did Eric tell you about the cat? Hey, here's all the things you need to know about this cat." Like, trying to sell her after I already clearly gave you a no. You know who sets these ultimatums about horror movies and cats in this household? It's me.
There's a ban.
Yeah. It's an outright ban. No horror movies and no calicos or tabbies. Clear as day.
Okay.
And with that said, now that I'm all worked up, so we're going to watch. In fact, I never even fucking said the name of the match. I'm getting the hang of this, folks. You look at your watch?
No.
No. You looked at your watch. We're going to watch the Steiner brothers, a couple of actual brothers from University of Michigan. You'll be able to tell because they wear University of Michigan jackets. They're going to be wrestling the brothers Harlem Heat, consisting of Stevie Ray and Booker T for the WCW Tag Team Championships. And that'll be coming up right after this commercial break. Hey friends, this is Eric Donaldson of the Hard Mark Podcast, and if you're anything like me, you are all about the munch. But if you're tired of gulping down the same old slop from down the street, and you want to diversify your food portfolio just a little bit, well then I've got great news for you. That's right, I'm talking about Goldbelly. Goldbelly will ship food from around the world right to your door. Maybe you got a hankering for some deep dish pizza from Chicago. Hey, they got you covered. Maybe you're looking for some wicked pissy lobster rolls from Maine. Yeah, you can find those too, my friend. So if you're interested in broadening your culinary horizons, and hey, who isn't? Do yourself a favor, visit Goldbelly. We've posted a link on our website and all of our social media channels. If you want to help support the show, use that link if and when you place an order through Goldbelly. So what are you waiting for? Start eating like a food explorer today with Goldbelly. So we just finished watching Harlem Heat versus Steiner Brothers in, let's see, in fact, I even wrote down the date for posterity's sake.
Of the match?
Yes. It is dated July 1st, 1996 on Monday Nitro. Aired from WCW, the wrestling company WCW.
I think I recall the original viewing.
Yes, yeah.
Of this match, yeah.
You probably still have it on your VHS cassette tape back at your parents' house. So this is actually kind of, which this will be a topic that we revisit in the future. Kind of an interesting time for WCW specifically. Now, I know that the whole reason that we chose this match was because of your love of TNT wrestling. And we've kind of hinted at this before, but so WCW was a rival entity to the WWF. Like, so they both had Monday night shows that went head to head against each other. So that's what we just watched, was a little bit of that WCW show. They are no longer in business.
Shocking.
Yeah. We saw the best of the best. It was the cream of the crop that we were viewing during the
quality match.
But yeah, they would inevitably they went out of business in 2001. They actually got bought by the WWF, and then for a very long time, the WWF was pretty much the only wrestling game in town as far as TV goes. But another story for another time, I suppose. Mm-hmm. But let's talk about some of the notes from our match. First and foremost, congratulations. Another successful prediction.
Another victory.
A victory. You're above. As long as you don't dip below 500, I think.
There's no chance.
Commit to this right now.
Yeah, I committed to you.
Say right now.
First match we watched.
I
told you.
That, well, yeah, but you said you thought that you were pretty much going to get it like all the time.
Pretty much.
Because you definitely didn't get it last.
That's true. So,
okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at some of the notes. So as far as the participants, we had the Steiner brothers from Michigan. And any thoughts about Rick, who was wearing the headgear, or Scott with the glorious mullet and who was roided to the gills?
The mustache.
Yeah. Rick had the mustache. Yeah. They called him, you may have heard this on the commentary, they called him the dog-faced gremlin. That was his nickname.
That's fitting.
And you went out on record, and this was actually something I was surprised about, that none of the participants in the match were more intimidating to you than Shingo from last episode.
I'm not sure anybody would be more intimidated than Shingo.
Wow, okay.
Yet to see, but that...
Sure.
I would not want to be in the building with him.
Shingo even more so than the dog-faced gremlin. That's surprising.
Yeah, absolutely.
Huh. All right. That's cool. Then we also had the Harlem Heat, comprised of Booker T and Stevie Ray, who were the reigning defending tag team champions in this match. As far as my notes here, so we had the openings with all the explosions, a lot of fireworks and whatnot. Mm-hmm. That was pretty neat. And specifically the opening where it was like skyscrapers on an abandoned street with explosions coming out of various windows and stuff. Mm-hmm. I will say that opening was very, very good.
Yeah.
For WCW Nitro. Yeah, it's timeless. I could watch that now and be like, yep, still very good. One of these days we'll watch the opening of Monday Night Raw that also had a shitload of explosions as well.
Yeah.
But they were a little bit less grandiose, I think, than the WCW.
It was very 1996.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
We saw a brief cameo of your friend and mine, Diamond Dallas Page. He was decked out in all pink. That may have been when Heather visited us briefly, but I was doing some DDP yoga. He is a professional wrestler who was pretty successful as a wrestler eventually. Not when we saw him at this point in time, but eventually he grew on to become very successful. And he actually now has his own yoga fitness program.
Which you were partaking in.
Yeah.
Does it differ pretty strongly from like traditional yoga practices, or?
Oh, here you go. Look at that.
Oh no, he looks like a yoga guy. I bet it's fairly traditional yoga.
No, it's so originally when he created this program, he called it YRG, Yoga for Real Guys. He tries to incorporate a lot of, what does he call it? I don't remember the word off the top of my head, but a lot of like flexing and like tensing your muscles. So as opposed to like regular yoga where you're just kind of extending your limbs out, you're supposed to be like flexing while you're doing it to sort of, be also doing some strength-based exercises during.
And no one to
exactly.
Show, yeah.
You hulk up during it as well. So yeah, nice little cameo from Diamond Dallas.
What's that called again? What's
the now DDP Yoga, which stands for Diamond Dallas Page Yoga.
I'm not going to do it.
I mean,
I just like.
Off air, I can recommend you. There's some folks who I know that also went in on this system who might be willing to impart it onto you if you're looking to shed some pounds for winter.
Greta does a lot of like yoga stuff in the morning before she goes to work. I think it'd be funny if we put up like some DDP yoga on like the history and just see if
nothing about that would be funny. That'd be very serious. During the middle of the match,
we'll see, Eric. We'll see what's funny.
Maybe the highlight. Do you have? And I just to summarize. You seemed very unimpressed by this match.
I was. I was not impressed at all.
What was your favorite? Do you have a favorite part of the match? Because I know what my favorite part
I liked when he got hit. Like he looked like a Jerry Jones kind of guy. Like
so just to set the stage. So and I meant to reference this earlier, even if you wanted to watch this match, which I don't know why you ever would, but even if you wanted to, I'm pretty sure that this is not noteworthy enough for anyone to have ever posted it on YouTube. So pretty much the only way of realistically watching it is to have a subscription to the WWE Network. But just to describe what it is that we saw, in the middle of the match, there was a middle-aged man dressed like...
I wouldn't call him middle-aged. Are you talking about the same guy?
You're talking about the guy with the cane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Middle-aged.
What would you say?
65.
I don't think he was quite that old. I think he's been hard.
He reminds me of Jerry Jones. I feel like people will get that. That's exactly what he reminded me of.
He was probably in his 50s.
I don't know.
Okay.
But regardless.
Agree to disagree. Yeah. But he was wearing like an old-timey Southern suit.
Yeah.
He just wanders out in the middle of the match.
Yeah, he's got his hat, like a sheriff's hat on, like
sheriff's hat.
Smoking a cigar.
Yeah. And so the ending of the match is him clobbering one of the Steiner brothers with his cane.
A 50-year-old guy with a cane.
Yeah. He did actually, it did look like a pretty legitimate thwack. I will say.
He got him in the leg, though.
You're making shit up. He hit him in the head. I'm pretty sure he hit him in the head.
But that ended the whole match.
Yeah, because he got hit in the head with a cane. That's what I'm saying. That was of all the things that you could rightfully criticize as far as that match goes, the cane shot at the end was probably one of the few things that actually looked fairly legitimate.
Oh yeah?
I don't think it was real. I think that he probably hit him in like the top of the back, but I thought it looked decent.
Oh, I thought he hit him in the leg.
Okay, well...
But no, you might be right. Maybe I missed where he hit it. But anyway, that's not the point.
That's your favorite part of the match?
Yeah, okay, yes. Just because it ended the match, like right there. That was it. And then he's like takes that, he has the belt and his guys are like on the ground. He's like holding the belt over them. Like,
sure.
Like, he was very riled up, especially like mid to like end of the match. He was like complete. It was like a third guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was their manager. That's why.
Is that what he's their manager?
I don't know. I think that there was some storyline playing out where like he wasn't officially their manager, but he was trying to be their. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it certainly helps.
So to get into a little bit of the backstory about Harlem Heat, when they actually debuted, and I don't think I've ever actually seen footage of this, but it was more or less heavily implied that they were slaves and that guy was their owner.
That's what it looked like.
But like when what we saw was a fair amount separated from that, but it definitely still had sort of...
They played that vibe up like really. It was weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it was strange. You know what my favorite part of the match was?
What was your favorite part?
The ringside buffet.
It was there in the mid-match.
So
it was kind of gone at the end. They worked on it.
I made a point to literally start from the very beginning of the show. So we watched the introduction of the show, sort of where the commentators did the "Welcome to Maryland," blah blah blah, that whole bit, and like out of fucking nowhere, they just show a table with Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen sitting with like a meat and cheese platter and croissants, various fruits and vegetables. And there was no explanation given for like why they were there. They just happened, and you never saw them enter. They just happened to be, hey, here's a camera cut ringside, and it's these four men with a platter of food that none of them are eating there. And that with, by the way, Ric Flair decked out in his robe. It was the best.
Yeah, it was nice. I liked it.
Yeah. So that was my personal favorite part of the match. Let's see here. We talked about the dog-faced gremlin. Seems like the lone part, aside from the old man, who's apparently well into his 60s and looks like Jerry Jones, hitting the guy with the cane. The Frankensteiner, the guy where Scott Steiner basically grabbed hold of one of the Harlem Heat's head with his legs and like flipped over them into the map.
Was that the move we were discussing? Yeah. That move looked like it could easily really mess either the person, making the move, the person who was the move was delivered on.
Sure.
It seemed like it could injure either or both of them.
That's fair.
But it was a great movie. It was well executed. That was the only good thing I saw in that match.
Yes, it's called the Frankensteiner. Is the proper term.
Do they name those terms? Like when they do it, is that their like signature?
So yes, The answer to your question is yes. Most moves just have names.
Yeah.
But if it's like if it's your finishing move, if that's your move that will end the match and like that's what you use to beat your opponent, generally you'll have a special name for your move, even if it's something that other people have used in the past. So yes, you name it. That was called the Frankensteiner, which is even more impressive in like because everybody in that match was so huge. It's one of those situations where everybody's so big, so nobody really seems that big. But like those guys were mammoth. Like Scott Steiner, who hit that.
No, they were big.
He's probably, how tall is he? He's probably like 6'2", and I think he was probably a legitimate like 260, 270. Like just gigantic.
I feel like they all look like that, though.
They all did, for sure. And like in that era...
Not just WWE either. Everyone looked like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. In the 80s and the 90s, guys were...
Be professional.
Kind of inspires me a little bit.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if you ever need a guy to help shoot you with HGH or anything. So as far as your prediction goes, you were successful. You're now 2 out of 3. You're undefeated in the United States, so hang your hat on that. Eventually we'll go back to Japan, but it may be a little while. Now here comes the moment of truth. We have our match rankings. So week 1, Hulk versus Andre, we've determined that is not as good as Will Ospreay versus Shingo
I'm going to give you the rating.
Takagi. So the question becomes now, is this the greatest match of all time, Ryan Murphy? Is this better than Will Ospreay?
It was a tough call.
Okay. We'll just start at the top. So is it better than Shingo versus Ospreay?
Again, very tough. I wanted to sleep on it, but
I'm putting you on the hot seat.
I'm just leaning. Yeah, but I'm going to go no.
Wow, that's a shock.
Yeah.
We got your tag teams. Yeah. We got your TNT.
You did. I thought this was gonna be right up there.
Did you?
Yeah. And
I mean, you even got what you wanted, where the guy was like, "Oh, I'm so hurt.
Yeah,
I could make the tag." Like, you
and once again, just other typical wrestling in typical wrestling fashion. Mm-hmm. The guy who's just sitting there right next to him, who like does nothing to prevent this.
Well, he was down too. They were both hurt.
He literally just had to like roll over and like lay on the guy. That's it. This happens every single match where they could end it, but the guy just slowly crawls to his teammate. And then I guess the other guy got brought in without, actually.
I love how if people had no idea what the premise of this was, just by the way that you describe certain things, they think, oh, this fun guy watches wrestling all the time. Like, the way just how you say, like, this happens every single time. Like, you haven't really watched 3 matches.
I can assure you that the 4th, 5th, and 6th match will be the same exact thing.
Noted. Okay, that's fair. Okay, so we've established this is not the greatest wrestling match of all time, as dictated by Ryan Murphy. Was this match better than Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant? So as far as the benefits, so Hulk versus Andre, it had the really cool bear hug.
This match had nothing. I don't even know why I don't know why you picked this match.
I said right at the. Oh wow. Okay. So I said right at the outset, there's nothing like important about this match. There's
clearly
no reason, but I wanted. But newsflash, that would have been the case regardless of what match I picked. Like, there's no match that ever aired on like TNT or TBS that was like a tag team match that I could think of anyway. Any wrestling nerds, I'm sure I'll get fucking tweets from. But like, as far as things that I can remember, like, there just wasn't anything.
That's fine. But what brought you into wrestling? Was it not like a main, cable network WWE match?
Oh, was it originally?
Yeah.
Oh, Hulk Hogan.
Like, was that on like?
That was on USA.
USA. Was it TBS matches too?
Yeah.
With all 3 of them, they all played like the major.
What do you mean 3 of them? Oh, you're talking about
TBS, TNT, and USA.
So TNT and TBS are affiliated. They both aired WCW.
Okay.
So WCW would air on both, and then USA was affiliated with WWF, WWE, whatever you want to call it. And then WWF also aired on.
So did USA have better matches, in your opinion?
No.
Oh.
No.
Then
traditionally, WCW had better matches. Now, this is also coming from now a 35-year-old Eric. If you would have asked me as a kid, I would have said the WWF rules, WCW sucks. It's all like it's not that I hated WCW, but I was very, very loyal to WWF. As I've grown older and I've kind of revisited that stuff, that match was not good that we saw. But like, I guarantee you we could find matches that were like significantly worse from around that same point. That
I would love to see what significantly worse. I get what you're saying, but like, that was just, it was bland.
Yeah, it was
so bland.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think that's the most important thing about this particular match. It's not that it was like bad in like a fun way where you could laugh and make fun of it. It was just sort of like had nothing going on. But I at least wanted to give you a taste of your darling, precious TNT
I appreciate
tag team wrestling in the hopes that it would spurn some level of nostalgia. And clearly it did not. So we're saying that this is the worst wrestling match of all time, according to Ryan.
Of all time.
Of all time. Sorry, Steiner Brothers.
Yeah.
Sorry, Harlem Heat. Yeah. Worst wrestling match of all time. Ryan Murphy says so. All right. The science is done. We've completed the science. We now have our best wrestling match, Shingo versus Ospreay. We have our worst wrestling match now with Harlem Heat versus Steiner Brothers. Very exciting stuff. I try not to throw out any information here that like dates these, just because we are sort of stockpiling them a bit before we start releasing them out to the general public. But I wanted to let you know this prior to it actually taking place. I am actually going to be seeing Will Ospreay perform in the next.
Oh yeah, here?
Jesus, next week.
Oh, here?
Yeah, in Tacoma.
Tacoma Dome?
No, smaller venue. I don't remember the name of the venue,
okay.
But
well, that's
New Japan, the company that we saw the match from. They're actually running their first shows in Washington State.
That makes sense.
And they're running a tournament. It's going to be in Tacoma, and then San Francisco, and in Los Angeles.
Wow.
So
nice.
You get a chance to see our buddy Will Ospreay, your favorite wrestler.
Yeah. Let me know how I go.
Maybe not the most intimidating wrestler, but your favorite wrestler of all time.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. So you're not as excited as I hoped you would be, but that's fine. Anything that you just kind of like nodded your head and didn't really give a shit. Anything else that you wanted to state for the record, Ryan Murphy? Before?
No, I think I probably got everything out.
Okay.
Yeah. About that match in particular.
Good. Well, I'm glad that you got it all out of your. I hope that it doesn't, taint.
Do you want to give me a brief summary of what you sent me, or no? Because I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, so okay.
Exactly.
I sent Ryan a video, and the video, all of the video is the theme song of the Steiner Brothers.
Oh,
which I could.
I didn't realize it was.
It's 2 or 3 minutes tops.
Yeah.
So in fact, before we finish things out, I should, because you didn't get a chance to watch it until now. Steiner Brothers theme lyrics. Here we go. Let me just read out loud to you what the lyrics of the Steiner Brothers theme song is. Here's the story of two brothers, Rick and Scott. They don't use drugs, and they're always on top.
Whoa.
But they're high all the time. They're high all the time on their ability.
This is getting more 80s, and
they take on all comers, no matter the size, and there won't be any question when you get Steinerized.
This is really good.
There's more. Let me read one more.
Okay. Go ahead. No, yeah,
one more. All around. Oh wait. So now the amateurs leave in the cold. All around the world, everybody knows. I don't think that rhymes. If you think your tag team is better than the others, get your attitude adjusted. Would you meet the Steiner brothers? Yeah. So there you go.
I love getting high on your ability. That's just.
I think those are my main takeaways. Is that you love getting high on my ability.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That was. It's. You should read lyrics like like maybe not even just like wrestling lyrics, but like hardcore like rap music. Just read it in your.
Did I do a good job?
You did. No, that's what I'm saying. No, okay. You really broke it down. And
all right. Well, then maybe we can do. Maybe that'll be a recurring segment.
Like a little. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. I think I got more out of it.
Good. Yeah. In fact, maybe I should have read that prior. Maybe next time we'll do a little read through of some prominent theme music for these wrestlers before we actually watch it, just to give you a little bit of flavor of what to expect. Because I think that if you had known that they don't use drugs before you watched that match, you probably would have enjoyed it more.
I would have. I like my wrestling clean.
Yeah. I think the entire time you were thinking like, oh, these guys probably use drugs all the time. And then that colored your negative opinion about the match.
That's true.
So
pretty much strictly what I was thinking. That kind of ruined my...
Do you want to revisit your ranking now?
No, now that I know.
Yeah, now that you know.
I think I'm going to sleep on that.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, no, I'm going to let you know, and I'll bring it back next time.
Sure.
Because this could change things.
Okay, we'll leave the ranking as it is then. So last thing I'll say, next episode, really looking forward to that one. That'll be a fun one. We're going back to the 80s.
We were in the 90s.
We were just in 1996. So we're going back to the 80s.
All right.
Not WWF, not WCW. We're going a little bit different.
Good.
We're gonna.
Good.
But it's one of the. I don't know. I don't need to church it up or anything. But it's one of the top 10 storylines in my opinion, like of all time. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and we have a lot of meat on the bone to discuss. So I'm looking forward to it.
Right.
It should be real good.
Sure.
Anything else you want to state for the record, Ryan Murphy? Gonna go back to your freshly cut lawn now?
It's not freshly cut.
Oh, well, maybe you can hang out in my freshly cut lawn.
Yeah. Did you casserole anything?
I didn't know no casserole today. Save that tip for... You can't give away all the tips on one episode, Ryan.
Sorry. You cut that out.
I will. It's not a here. Well, thank you very much, everybody. Again, Facebook, Twitter, thank you very much. Give us a like, give us a follow, download. Use that Goldbelly code for Pete's sakes. Speaking of Goldbelly, I know this episode just never ends. Guess who just placed a Goldbelly order today?
Not you.
Me.
Not you.
I did.
You did.
Uh-huh. Maui Cookie Lady.
No.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting some shipped. You and I can have some on air.
Okay. You hyped this up so much.
Do you like cookies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you really like cookies?
I do.
Okay.
Especially like you said, there's like a Reese's.
It's bits of Reese's, bits of Snickers, and the center is an Oreo.
That all sounds good.
You're gonna love it.
I would definitely try it. I like Oreos and Reese's. Snickers, they're fine.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm with you. I don't generally nuts don't deserve to be in most desserts. But in fact, maybe not next episode, but within the future episodes, our little commercial side note will just be us masticating on some Maui Cookie Lady big kahunas. Perfect. Well, thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate your time. We have an outro. Is there like a thing that we always say? I don't think so. There is. We should probably come up with one.
Yeah.
Bye.
There's nothing more that I like on a fresh cut line.